Good afternoon. My name is Alan Koh, EMTECH Wellness Consultant, and today I'm going to demonstrate for those people who have already bought the machine or going to buy a machine, how you should maintain and use the machine to its best benefit when at home or in your office outside the studio. So here we go. You look at the machine surface. There's only one part, one big portion of it is called the treatment surface, and that's the dotted area, the squarish area here, not the black portion. Now this area, to clean this area, you do not use any chemicals at all, whether it's detergents or Jif or methylated spirit or acetone. No cleaners except water, just plain water with a piece of cloth, wring it dry, then wring it moist rather, and just clean the surface here, and that will do, because chemicals do not do well on this surface. It can spoil the surface even by a little bit. It's no good. So that's the surface maintenance. And how about all these buttons here? When you turn on the main switch, this light EMTECH will come on. This light number 30 will come on. It's a 30-minute treatment. But treatment hasn't started yet. The machine is on, but treatment hasn't started yet until you press the start button. So here I go. Start button. You can see 3 rims of flashing lights. It's quite a slow flashing. It's not very fast flashing. That's why when you do press the manual button to change the setting, it will take a few seconds before the color changes. And don't press so quickly such that you will confuse the color change. You wait for the color change, then only press the red button again. So I'm going to talk about the red button now. Like now is the orange rim of light surrounding the red button, and that's the manual button. The other 2 buttons, you cannot control them because they are automated. So if you want to change the heat setting, and this is the heat button, change it from about 45 degrees to 35 degrees. You press it once, it will turn green color, which is the medium heat. So high heat is about 45 degrees. It can go as low as 40 degrees in aircon environment. And 35 degrees for medium heat, green color rim of light surrounding the red button. Then you press one more time, it will go into the blue color rim of lights, and that is the no more heat. It's the 25 degrees set room temperature through thermostat. So that's still the same temperature as the room temperature. So when do we use the 3 different settings? Let's go back to the majority of people using is the high heat. High heat is for normal skin all around the body except the face skin. Even though it's normal face skin, we would not want to put our skin on the face directly on the machine on high heat for too many days and weeks and months and years. As a precautionary thing against any darkening of one side of the body against the other side of the body. For example, if you've got left ear hearing problems, we'll put a left ear on top of the machine at home, on the bed, for example, on the lawn sofa. And when we put the head there, the face skin, the normal face skin, even though there's no eczema, no acne, some pimples, it's going to touch the heat surface. Then you should use the green color medium heat. So I press once, it goes. After a few seconds, green color. You see it now. And there are other situations where you use the green color. One is damaged skin. Damaged by diabetes, by eczema, for example, or by abrasions. And medium heat will do fine for those like stabilized damaged skin. But it's a new damage, of course, you don't put high heat or medium heat there. You just use cold compress. In fact, you should not use any heat treatment for new injuries in the same day or the next day. But once it has stabilized, it's all dried up and so on, yes, keep using the medium heat until it completely is the good skin. Then you can use high heat later on. So damaged, sensitive skin, use medium heat. Normal face skin, use medium heat. One more scenario where you use medium heat is when you sit on top of the machine as a reproductive man. Sperm production may be reduced, so as a precaution, men sitting on top of the machine should use medium heat, whereas ladies sitting on the machine should use high heat if both men and women got no pulse. Okay, you got pulse that's bleeding in the morning, for example, and then then you want to use the machine later. You should be using low heat because bleeding means low heat. any new injuries in the body, new rupture of blood vessels, new oozing out of liquid like water retention or edema, swelling, you should be using low heat, not green, not red or orange rather, and you should be using blue color. That means no heat. So that's for the heat treatment. By and large, most people in your household should be using the orange heat. That's coming up soon. There you are. It's orange colored now. Okay. How about this blue button here? There's 4 letters written on it called PEMF. By the way, written on the red button is MOXI, MOXI, stands for moxibustion. In fact, it's short form for the whole treatment called thermoxibustion. Moxi means there's an element of TCM in there, where the stimulation of the meridian acupuncture points in the area to unblock chi channels to those organs that needs attention, needs recovery or repair. So that's the MOXI heat button. Then there's the PEMF blue button here. PEMF stands for pulse electromagnetic field. So it's a treatment with pulse on for 30 seconds, off for 30 seconds. I'll put the this thing up here. This is the magnetic ball. There you are. It's jumping and it stops. Then how long it stops? It stops 7 seconds. It should jump very soon. There you are. It's jumping now. You can even hear it. I'll put the microphone near it. So it jumps for 8 seconds. It stopped now. So that's a test at home. If you have dropped the machine accidentally, whether you have spoiled the machine, you have to do this testing. And this is another tester. Now, just now the one is for the magnetic field. Let me finish talking about the magnetic field first. This button should be on all the time. That means there should be a flashing light around it. I can turn it off if I want to. Look at it. Press one time, it's gone. Only 2 more flashing lights. We lost 1 flashing light because I pressed on it. So in a way, it's still a manual button. They are only for a handful of people who psychologically cannot take magnetic field against the head, for example. They want to sleep on the machine. They say that I only sleep on the machine if there are no magnetic field. So for those people, we make this special button to turn off the magnetic field, because electrotherapy is the most important of all the 4 treatments, and we want them to enjoy at least the electrotherapy rather than not using the machine at all. So this design is a new design for people who are phobic. They should be using the magnetic field, but if they're phobic, they don't want to use it, there you are, turn it off. Okay? But by and large, all people, you should be using the magnetic field, even if you're putting your head on top of the machine. So I press it on again to make sure you know that all 3 lights should be on for those people who are not having phobic or phobia unnecessarily. The electrotherapy is this button. You cannot control it. Blue means 9,000 volts. Green means 15,000 volts. This orange color means 20,000 volts. You keep on alternating to make sure that those fully charged cells are not continuously charged all the time. It will keep on changing direction, changing the voltage, so that you're not bombarded with the same voltage, which is not a very good improvement process. If you alternate the voltage, the end result is better in terms of repair and recovery and maintenance. All these are done by the same electrotherapy. This you cannot turn off, it's automated again. To test whether there's electricity going through your body, okay, now this button is the electrotherapy button to test, assuming that accidentally you drop the machine at home, we are not sure whether the electricity treatment is working. I'm going to request Annie to put the palm on the machine. You can put any part of the body on the machine and it still works. Electricity will flow through the entire body, 100 trillion cells there. So I'm going to turn off on this gadget as a tester. Like this is on. And if I go to the live wire there, it should be beeping. There you are. I'll take it away from the area. I'm not catching the electricity now. Now, so here there's no electricity, but if Annie puts her palm on the machine, there you are, the beeping sound there. And yeah, it's off now because it's not touching. So that's the test of electricity, whether it's working or not. Thank you, Annie. Okay. Okay, so that was electricity testing. The heat testing, you can just put your palm on and it will feel quite warm, that means it's okay. You don't need to be accurate for heat treatment. Medium heat, high heat is good enough to heat up an area for even 20 minutes will do. You don't need to heat up that area for 30 minutes. But you can heat up for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It's the same result. That's why the machine is designed not to heat up so quickly using a lot of watts of power that you use a lot of, spend a lot of money on electricity bill. No need. 20 minutes of treatment is good enough. So once the machine number from 30 turns 20 like it is now, it will be the full heat. For the first 10 minutes of treatment, the heat keep on increasing slowly from like in winter, icy 0 temperature, right up to 45 degrees heat within 10 minutes. And so from the 20 minutes to the 0 minute, the 20 minutes of treatment is more than enough. You don't need to preheat the machine really. So that's the heat treatment, electrotherapy, magnetic field. The far infrared, you have to wear a special goggle to see it. That part comes with the heat, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Okay, let's talk about the, as you are using the machine at home, what things you should not do. Let's assume that your floor is marble floor, it's not carpeted. Let's assume it's not a carpeted floor. And you put the machine right on top of the marble floor, it will be quite slippery. Now we got a piece of rubber mat that you can put on the floor first, and then put the machine on top of the floor, so that, or on top of the rubber mat, so that as you step on the machine doesn't move with the slippery marble surface. So that piece of rubber mat is actually an anti-slip mat for the machine. It's not for insulation. If you look at here, there's a thick insulation already, so the electricity would not escape down the floor, down the building, so you lost on the one treatment called electrotherapy. You won't, because of the insulation under the machine. So the rubber mat is just used as an anti-slip. However, at home you would want to bring the machine up to another part of the body where, if you, not like Australia where people wear shoes into the house, here we don't wear shoes into the house. So when you are barefooted, touching the marble floor or tile floor, and you put the machine against your stomach for your stomach ulcer, the electricity treatment can be lost to the building. It's called earth or ground. It's grounded, it's earth. That means you got no electricity treatment, you're wasting your money or your time doing the treatment. Therefore, you should either wear a pair of home slippers, or you should put that rubber mat, the square rubber mat, on the floor and step on the floor as you bring the machine up to do your stomach. Then electricity will not escape down the floor in the building, and therefore you have the full 4 treatments. At the same time, if you're sitting on the machine, putting the feet on the rubber mat, but your back of the head is touching the wall, which is a brick wall or cement wall, or touching the pillars, the electricity will still escape. So you must not go against walls or pillars such that the electricity cannot escape. So that's another precaution for you doing the machine at home. Here it's all beautifully set up. There's no wall, cement wall behind your head, so you do not experience this sort of thing in our studio. But at home, you may have a few more scenarios. When you go on a piece of exercise mat on the floor, watching your television, doing exercises while putting your stomach on top of the machine, then you find that your hands, the skin of your hands or your toes might be touching the marble floor or the tile floor. It still would not work. So make sure you want to do the treatment on your lounge floor, for example. Make sure you have a full-size single mattress or double mattress. Then only lie on it and do your exercises. Don't use the small mat because of your fingers, toes touching the floor, where even though your full body, almost the full body is onto the exercise mat, which is an insulator. So that's another precaution. One more is the back of the machine that I'm going to turn it around for you to see other things. This is one on-off switch button. I say it again, there's one on-off switch button here. Like when I turn it off, I would not straight away turn it on again. Children like to play ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Not very healthy for any switches, even your room light switches, at home or any switches at all should not tap too quickly, on off too quickly. Like if I turn it on now, if I want to turn it off again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off. I have a count of 3 to 5, safer to be 5, some people count too quickly. So a count of 5, then only on again. Same as as I said, your room light switches, your electric fan, all those when you press the switches, have a count of 5 so that the switches doesn't go haywire too quickly. Then this wire, I'll turn it slightly here, this wire going into the machine, it doesn't go fully in, there's still a groove there, and that's about the maximum you can go. Be used to the gap there, how much you can push in. Don't think that, oh, it's not in, so it's not working. No, it's working. You turn on the switch, you know, on, and all these switches are working. Look at all the lights. Okay. And this is the danger part when at home. Don't spill water, coffee or whatever onto this area. This is the strong electricity from your wall going into the machine. That part is 8 amps to 15 amps of electrical currents that can kill people if you touch that area while it is wet and it's like having short circuits and power surges and so on. So please don't drink and eat around this area. That's important. Children don't play around with this wire going into the machine area. And further to your right, there's a fuse that you must not open it yourself. You have to bring, if the fuse is gone, no more electricity going through, because there's some thunders and lightning and power surges and so on, then bring the whole machine back for us to undo this fuse and change the fuse by the company. Otherwise, your 2-year warranty here in Singapore will be null and void if you play around with this fuse. So don't open up the machine at all, because you'll lose the warranty. Once you open up your machine, even the fuse, as I mentioned, the only thing that you can open is the turn on and off the switch and push the wire in and out. That's about it, and press these buttons. Okay, so that's the understanding of the back of the machine. It's quite a groove there, so you can't accidentally press the on-off button too easily. Alright, so finish the maintenance precautions about care and maintenance of the machine. Let's now talk about usage of the machine. Now you can actually put your head directly on top of the machine, or put sideways, like got a left toothache, left hearing problem, left side got acne, pimples and so on. Put the left side of the face on the machine. And if you got general brain conditions like stress, insomnia, epilepsy, stroke and so on, then you can just put your back of the head directly on top of the machine. And it would not be able to fit your neck and head together. So you got neck diseases, your head have to come higher up and cover, the top part of the head cover a bit of the black area. So the neck can be here for neck diseases like cervical spondylosis, for example. So you can move it around as long as that area, the small area that has concern, put it as central as possible will be the best. But it can be a bit lower, a bit higher, a bit left, a bit right, still okay if it's a small part of the body, because it's got 5 magnetic generators here, so it will work as long as within that small rectangular platform. You can put the fingers on the machine. What happens if my right hand got problem, my left hand no problem, but then there's spare space, then put it for maintenance purposes. I might have a very healthy left hand, no problems at all, but I might have trigger finger here, for example. Then I might as well put 2 hands on the machine rather than 1 hand on the machine. And same as elbow. I might as well put 2 elbows, even though I only got 1 elbow that got problem. Or I can put 1 elbow and 1 hand there. You know, so whichever you want to play around for the healthy part of the body, you can. You can put any part of the body as long as you fit into the treatment surface of the machine, which is a dotted or matte area. And you can put your knees on top of the machine. You can sit on top of the machine. Sitting on top of the machine means it's for large intestinal problems, anal problems like anal fissures, piles of the anus. Might be colon diseases, which is the large intestines, like IBS, constipation, diarrhea, colitis, which is inflammation of the large intestine, colon polyps, little growth, lumpy growth in the intestines can lead on to colon cancer. So all these conditions can actually sit on the machine to support your body against such diseases. And sitting on the machine means also for people got sexual dysfunction and poor production of sperm, for example, or eggs and uterine diseases and so on. All this can be reduced by sitting on top of the machine, having the far infrared and the heat treatment directly in the area. Another reason to sit on the machine is urinary problem for both men and women. And then for men, prostate problems. Sit on top of the machine. You get better mileage out of it. And you turn the machine around like this and put on top of your, under the chin. You look sideways. That's your heart and the breast area. So breast cancer, heart diseases like angina, heart pains, heart attacks, you should be doing upside down like this and hold it. Then have something to support it. You might not need to hold it because it should not touch your thighs in this position. You turn it around, it can touch your thigh like this. It's for your stomach area. So stomach will be like stomach ulcers, stomach aches, gastric problems. Can be for small intestinal problems like intestinal ulcer. It can be for liver problems, which is also in the abdominal cavity here. Can be for stomach fat to be reduced. Can be for gallbladder diseases like gallstones, inflammation of gallbladder called cholecystitis, or inflammation of the bowel ducts called cholangitis. So all these medical conditions, you can put the machine against the front. If you got any problem, just write to alan@emtechwellness.com. We'll refer you. We will write in black and white to you where you should locate the machine for the best result of the disease you just wrote to me. The upper back will be for lungs and the thoracic type of vertebral slip disc. And the lower back will be for lower back pain, for your kidneys, and also for your pancreas for diabetes. So these are the diseases where you put the machine against the lower back, you will counteract them. So upper back is the lungs, lung diseases, and the thoracic vertebra, the spinal column further up, but the bottom half of the back of the chest area would be for those diseases like kidneys, pancreas, and also the lower back vertebral bone slip disc problems. You can put anywhere really. You can put this way, you can put that way, you can put against the shoulder. At home you can do a lot of things to improve your conditions. Over in our studios, of course, it's very hard to do the top of the head or even the head for tall people because there are no reclining chairs over here at all. Okay, let's now talk about recovery symptoms. When you first use the machine, as you did in our studio, as you try the machine, some businessmen just buy it, they got no time to try the machine at all. So you ought to know about this. The first 3 days of treatment, only do half an hour and only the feet on the machine. Not the hands, your feet on the machine. And on the 4th day, assuming you got no recovery symptoms left over on the 3rd day, then you should be ready for 1 hour treatment, which is half hour feet on the machine and half hour another part of your body, whether it's the knees or your back or the head or wherever you got problems. And if you do 1 hour treatment, you will do feet in the first half hour of the day and the second half hour anywhere. At night, you may or may not want to repeat the feet. It's okay. It depends on how many parts of body needs attention the same day. If there are 3 parts of body got problems, then say your feet got no problem, but you still are doing the reflexology feet on the machine for the first half hour treatment, then the other 3 half an hour will be different parts of body. Elbow problem, knee problem, and neck problem. So this is the scenario. If you're doing in the morning, 1 hour, feet for half an hour, say the neck for half an hour, done. Then, at least 6 hours later to 12 hours later, do the 3rd half an hour. No need to repeat the feet because you got 3 areas of your body that needs treatment. So do your knee for the 3rd half hour, and the 4th half hour of the evening, you're going to do your elbow. So all 3 parts of body done, including the feet, which is still normal. There's got no diseases of the feet, but because of reflexology, you do that. You got 2 parts of the body that needs attention. That's different. Assuming you got no neck problem, only elbow problem and knee problem. So what you should do is feed for half an hour, the first half hour. Second half hour, let's say your elbows. Then later on in the evening when you do your third and fourth half hours, the third half hour you should do the feet again, and then the fourth half hour your knees, because you got no neck problem, so you only got two parts of the body got problem. Then it will be good to repeat the feet position later on. Now the first few days, a lot of detox are happening. It doesn't take weeks to detox; it takes only days to detox. And if your body has got not that many toxins, if you drink a lot of plain water, the toxins should clear very fast within the first even 3 days. Some people succumb a little bit to the ravages of detox. They get a bit of itch on the skin, but for half an hour treatment, no big deal. I know some people love to attempt 1 hour treatment since they come all the way, and we don't allow that. But at home, some people actually do attempt 1 hour treatment, and more likely than not, they've got no problem because their body is not that toxic. They're not living in the heart of Jakarta or other places where there's a lot of pollution. So they may not feel any detox reactions or recovery symptoms. There's another term for detox reactions. And so these recovery symptoms or detox reactions can be skin reactions like itch, can be heart reaction like palpitation of the heart, can be reaction to your swelling and cause more pain, more swelling in your knee, say left knee arthritis. It can be a bit of dizziness, can be a bit of insomnia, a bit of tiredness for different people, can be passing motion 6-7 times a day. As one of the detox reaction or recovery symptom, your blood pressure can go a little bit higher. So all this can happen during the first few days of treatment. Don't get alarmed. Mainly because this is good news, not bad news. Side effects, rebound, withdrawal symptoms, all these are bad news. But this detox is clearing the toxins and having the reaction because you did not drink enough water, but finally, even not enough water, it will still clear. But you suffer a bit of the initial reactions, which are very mild for half-hour treatment. Then, once the toxins are cleared, you'll be on the smooth journey to repair and recovery processes of your wounds and your diseases. Now, the other aspect of whether to use half an hour or 1 hour on the fourth day or fourth session of treatment depends on whether you got leftover reactions on the third day. If the third day you are still not drinking enough water, toxins are still clearing too much even for half-hour treatment, then don't do 1 hour treatment yet if there are remnants of recovery symptoms or detox reactions on the third day of treatment. So when all the symptoms are gone, the additional symptoms that you get when you use the machine, when all the symptoms are gone, then only start doing half-hour treatment. In fact, at home you can get into 1 hour treatment easier because you can do twice a day. Break up the 1 hour to half an hour in the morning, half hour at night. You might not even get detox reactions. Whereas people do all the 1 hour together, they can get detox reactions. So even though it's 1 hour a day treatment, if you split it, it's milder in terms of toxins clearing. So in that way, it's no problems at all. But in our studios, it'll be very hard for people to come twice to split the 1 hour. The other thing you need to know about recovery symptoms is if you drink more water to dilute, the toxins will clear very fast, or it might not come at all. So be always willing to drink more plain water, especially when you do detox. First few days are detox. Drink more water. Not that subsequent days you should not drink more water. You still should drink more water for the better improvement of metabolisms and repair and recovery processes. So just do it. Drink more plain water as you use the machine. You'll know when you're dehydrated. When you do 1 hour treatment, it's more dehydrating than half-hour treatment. You feel that your lips become dry, your body becomes quite warm, and your throat also becomes dry, and you might be a bit constipated, and some people might have a bit of mouth ulcers developing even 2 weeks into treatment or 8 weeks into treatment. That means you have dehydrated yourself too much and using the machine too long. Just reduce back the usage of the machine, or drink more water, or both, depending on how severe the dehydration symptoms are. So that's detox symptoms. There's also dehydration symptoms, which are not called recovery symptoms. Detox is called recovery symptoms, but dehydration is just not enough water. As you do machines like this, it's like half an hour is equivalent to 2.5 kilometers of jogging. So as you jog your body is using up water. As you play badminton, it uses up water. As you use the machine, it uses up water. You don't put back the water, you find throughout the day, you find that your organs can be dehydrated and can do a bit of harm to your organs. For example, you play a lot of sports, but you refuse to drink a lot of water, you can get ligament tears and tendinitis, like tennis elbow, golf elbow, and all those quite easily. And you get cramps quite easily of the muscles and things like this. So your organs cannot behave very well when you dehydrate them. So as you do metabolisms, which are designed, like exercise designed to improve your health, you should do the right thing to improve your health further and not improve this organ, but at the same time damage another organ from dehydration, as the machine uses up water, as badminton uses up water in your body. Okay, so if you got any questions at all, it's important to talk to your staff in your country or in your city. If there's an EMTECH organization, yeah, ring them and ask them questions. If they can't handle it, they will probably write to headquarters and will get you the answer through emails or through handphones, you know, or faxes and so on. So whichever means you want to communicate with us, we got fax machine, we got email addresses, we've got phone numbers for you to communicate with us. Thank you very much.